Hi there. Is customer service or lack thereof really damaging your business? Poor customer service is quite damaging to your reputation, and without a good reputation in business, well, it's not going to be before long before you run out of business and be left with nothing, and that's no good for anybody. So, look, I want to chat to you today about customer service and how to better that. But before I do, for those that don't know me, my name is Harvey Lynch, and I help business owners increase their profits and go on to grow scale their business, excuse me, to set it up as a saleable asset that can have interest from investors or anyone looking to purchase a business that can function on its own abilities rather than the business owner being in there day in, day out. And if you want some more information on that, you can head on over to the link in the description at report.crownbusinessdevelopment.com and get some more information there. But customer service, very important when defining your business's uniqueness about why people would choose you. Well, it could be the customer service that you provide. Now, a lot of business owners go into explaining how good their customer service is, but is it really in the eyes of the customer? Okay. I want to explain to you, what is a business's most important asset to start with? Okay. And that is obviously the clients, right? If without your clients, you don't have a business. So that is your most important asset when it comes to business in any industry, any business at all. Your most important asset is your clients and customer database. Okay, so I want to share with you now a story that I was chatting to a friend of mine recently who works in agriculture. For those that know me also, I've got a background in agriculture. And this fella took possession of a new piece of equipment. Well, it was actually second-hand piece of equipment. It was a combine harvester. And the deal was made, he was happy with his purchase. And the machine had arrived on the back of the truck onto the farm, and it was unloaded. And with a quick inspection over the machine, being a second-hand machine, it wasn't long before he discovered a lot of grain and dirt, and the machine was dirty. Okay, so it had arrived, a new second-hand piece of machinery had arrived with grain in the tank, and bits of old grain growing on the machine, which if you talk to a farmer about this, it is very, very damaging what sort of weeds could be amongst that grain that can damage their farm, their paddocks, and also their bottom line, having to go out and spray those weeds and spend money controlling weeds that probably weren't there on their farm before. Now they've got to go and spend money to fix it. So it's a very, very fine line, when purchasing machinery for a farmer, that it comes clean, okay? And it's like that with anything you buy, really. If it doesn't arrive in the condition that it should, well, then that's not very good for repeat business down the line. And that's exactly what had happened here. So the machine had arrived and was quick to discover this old grain on the machine, and the farmer was very, very disappointed and upset that this was spoken about, that it shouldn't be like in this condition when it arrived. And when chatting to the deliverer, the truck driver that delivered the machine, he was there on his own, by the way, so there was no sales rep, there was no representative of the company apart from the truck driver that delivered the machine to talk about this with. Okay. Now, the truck driver's response was, "Sorry, sir, not my problem. I'm just delivering the machine. Catch you later." And so the buyer, the friend of mine, was sitting there scratching his head, going, "Well, this is no good at all. This is a big problem, and I'm not really liking this as a customer. I've spent a lot of money here, and it's changed hands already. This should have been done beforehand. It was spoken about, and it's not completed." So, therefore, this scenario now, if it isn't resolved very, very quickly, can cost this business that has sold this machine hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not into the millions now, of repeat business down the track because of this one little hiccup in their customer service when this second-hand machine arrived. Okay, so there was no follow-up with the sale, right? There was no, no one arrived with the machine and discuss how the machine operates and the performance of the machine and what to look out for and how we, how we work with this, how we, set this up. None of that had happened. Okay, it was just, there's your machine, you paid for it, drop it off, and catch you later. So this has cost this business big time in my point of view, but my friend's point of view, really, because he's the one that's left with the problem, and he's still got a problem. Okay, so very, very important in making sure as a business owner that your customer service, when you sell a product or a service, that you are there holding hands with your customer, your client, all the way through the process, right from the beginning, right to when the deal is made, but then after the sale is made also to provide the follow-up, the backup service to make sure that your reputation stays well intact and it is a reputation to be spoken about when you start receiving referral business. Okay, so I want to leave you with this. Now, this is from the same friend, actually. After chatting with him about this problem that he was facing with this machine, I was actually chatting with him in his shed about it, and he showed me a piece of paper that it was funny. It was actually sitting up in his shed that he was given years and years ago, and I'll just bring it up for you now. It's what is called a client's creed. Now, I'll just make that a little larger so you can see it. Get rid of that. Now, this was from a company, a very reputable company here in Western Australia. They call it their client's creed. Now, it looks like it's written on one of those olden day treasure maps that you see with the burnt edges and the crumpled up old paper, but it has been around a few years. But what's important on here, this was a creed that is directed towards their team, their employees, their staff, everyone involved in the business, about how important that client is to them. Now, I'll quickly read a couple of standout people. That the client, number one, is the most important person in any business, right? Very, very important there. A client is a person who brings us their wants. It is our job to fill those wants. Okay? It's not someone who we argue and match wits with. It's a part of our business. A client is a part of our business, not an outsider. So these are all very, very important points. And for a business, this was a very, very smart business owner who had this creed for his team to explain how important that customer is to their business. Well, I wish and hope that the business owner that sold this piece of equipment to my friend had something along these lines, so that he read over this every time he sold a piece of machinery and followed up with that customer service. So in saying that, make sure your customer service, you look after that client. They're your number one asset, okay, for your business to be able to grow and bring in more customers, okay. You want that customer to start referring other business to you so you can keep growing on referral basis as well, because remember, the easiest person to sell to is an existing client, and if you've got a good reputation with that client, then they're going to bring business for you as well. So I hope that's helped you out today. Now, if you're looking for more information on how to improve and grow your business, well, you can check out the link above. I'll just bring it up here on the screen at report.crownbusinessdevelopment.com. Get some more information, and we can chat further about how to improve your customer services if that's something that you're looking at right now. So hope all is well. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.